So we're talking about color addition now. Color addition. You know from, I don't know, using tempera paints or finger paints or something when you were a kid, if I put these two things up here.
You're gonna add colors.
If I put those two things up here, what's it going to show up as, kind of?
Yellow.
With markers, so, no, blue and yellow I have. What's it going to show up as?
Blue and yellow.
Should, let's find out. It's really not going to probably because, it kind of does. Yeah, that's greener than the other two are, so I got a real mess of markers down here. There's two kinds of this. Let's talk about pigment color addition and light color addition. Pigment color addition is what we call subtractive. Subtractive. What word is that probably related to?
Removing.
Yeah, we're going to be removing them. So, in what colors are absorbed here?
All of them except for blue.
All of them except for blue. So we've got, let's write them out. We've got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, 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 purple. Roy Japup. Okay, and then we also have in yellow, Roy Japup.
Why'd you Roy Japup?
So we have what colors of light are being reflected by the blue? What colors of light are being reflected by the blue?
All the other colors except blue.
All the colors. So we got, let's cross out blue. And this one we got all the colors except for?
Green, yellow,
Except for yellow. And so when they add, basically now it's crossing out some more of the yellow, half of the yellow we'll say, and half the blue. And the combination of those gives us what's in between, which is green, right? So this green, in addition to being a different color, which it is because of this, it'll also probably be what? Because there's less light. Yeah, not only green, but there'll be less light, so the color will appear darker. And so when you mix two colors of paint, that's always going to get darker, unless you add what?
Purple.
White, because that's adding them all back in. You see, so it's gonna. So when you are mixing paint and you want to make the color lighter, you add white. You make the color darker, you generally add black. That's not always the case. But anytime you mix two regular pigments, it's going to make it slightly darker as well because of this. Because the colors subtract. Because these colors are absorbing light and reflecting the rest, right? Whereas with light, we call it additive color. So we have white light, we know, is made out of what? White light, we know, is made out of all the other colors. So if I had red light, just light up the red frequency only. I don't know what happened to my regular red one, but if we had red light.
Oh, no, those were your pliers. I thought those were red.
If we had red light and green light, the three primary colors are what?
Yellow, red, blue.
Yeah, it's a trick question because in art they are yellow, red, blue because of the subtractive pigmentation. In light, you should write this down, the primary colors of light are red, green, and blue. So what happens in light when we add red and green together? Well, instead of their subtracting, instead of crossing those out, we add them together. And so we get that red and green together make yellow. So there's going to be yellow in between them.
Oh, what did you see what the primary colors?
Say it again.
What did you see what would be the primary colors you'd like?
In light, it's red, green, and blue.
Red, green.
In pigment, it's red, yellow, and blue. And that's just because pigments are subtractive color addition and light is additive color addition. There's a little beautiful Venn diagram on page 71, which has red, green, and blue as whole circles. What is the overlap color of red and green, as you can see there? What's overlapping between red and green?
Oh, no, I'm
Yellow.
Yeah.
What's overlapping, do you know the name of it, between red and blue?
Violet.
Yeah, we call this color magenta. When red light is added to blue light, we call that magenta. And what about between green and blue?
Green.
Yeah, have you ever seen this word? Yeah, you might call it turquoise as a, like a layman. The actual word there is called cyan, C-Y-A-N. And then if we add cyan, yellow, and magenta, what do we get? White, because that's all of them then. Because see, yellow was red and green added together, magenta was blue and red added together, and cyan was green and blue added together. And so we add those three, yellow, magenta, and cyan, white.
Yeah, because if you add all of the primary
Exactly.
Together you'll get like brown.
You get black. If you add all the pigment colors together, you get black. If you add all the light colors together, you get
brown.
no
White.
white. You get white because once again, light colors are additive, whereas pigment colors are subtractive. So we're taking away more and more light. As we mix these, we're taking away more and more light, giving us black if we mix them all together. As we add these together, we're adding more and more, making white.
Is that why they use those colors for printing?
That's exactly why they use cyan, yellow, and magenta for printing. There's also another one for printing called key, which is just black. And so if we want to make it darker, we just add the black. Question?
How do you make brown?
With pigment or with light?
Pigment.
Yeah, because light you can't really, but with pigment, it would be one of the secondary colors, so either green or purple or orange, and then the opposite, like the primary color that was left out. So for instance, if it was green, which is blue and yellow, we'd add red, and that would make brown. Or in theory, in this, it would make black, because then it would have all the pigments together. You have questions about anything else?
No, sir.